During this project, I've learned that to be a great leader, you have to have great communication skills. Communication, as well as multitasking and flexibility, are the core of being a great leader. When communication breaks down, or there is a lack of communication, a team can fall apart. This project has also taught me to be a more flexible team member. As this project closes and I reflect back to the beginning, the valuable management lessons I will take onto other team projects and into my current job to grow professionally.
So I joined my group a week into classes having started, and it was a bit difficult because everyone had ideas that were already thought out, and I wasn't completely on the same page. But after talking to my wonderful group and making arrangements, we were on the same page, but only for a few weeks due to communication and the lack of. We had a few bumps in the road, but overall, I learned in management and specifically with this project that you can't really work with everyone equally. No matter how hard you try or how strong of a group you have, there's always going to be a little bit of conflict, but you have to learn to grow from that. This project specifically helped me with learning how to work with different personalities and to learn to work together because no matter what, the outcome is to benefit everyone. For us, it was to benefit our grade in the class, but sometimes it could be to benefit a company to grow.
So looking back on this project, there's definitely a few things I've learned. The first one being the principles of management, of course, because that's the point of the whole thing was to learn the principles of management. I think we sort of showed that we've learned them, but through our videos and stuff, and by writing stories about managing in an office environment, you kind of start you take away the concepts, you know what I mean? Because you're writing the stories, and so yeah, I picked up on all that stuff, which I guess is good, right? And then also, you learn about working with people, and everybody's gonna say that, because we have to work with people, and there's always going to be people within the group that are easier to work with than others. Some aren't that easy to work with, but I think the thing I learned is that in the end, that it kind of just doesn't matter. You got to learn to work through that. You got to learn to manage each other, simultaneously and at the same time. You learn how to handle each person individually. You know what I mean? How do I bring an idea or a problem to this person in a way that they're gonna, absorb it and understand what needs to be done. So you learn a lot about micromanaging and dealing with different personalities, and I think there's a lot of value to that. So yeah.
After I first joined my group, I quickly found that our group's demographics are quite diverse, which made us very different from each other. These differences between the group members caused us to have different norms within the group. Due to that, we had many team conflicts, such as process conflicts and relationship conflicts. It was definitely a challenge working in a group that had to deal with so many differences in order to successfully finish the project, but we learned that we needed to deal with our problems first and differences in order for us to successfully finish this project. This is something that I feel I'll definitely use later in life because it doesn't matter where you go, you'll always be surrounded by people that have different norms than you and then have different ideas.